Hello, my friend. Welcome back again to our channel. In our previous lesson, we discussed about the four aspects of our body needs. What are those? Physical needs, mental, intellectual needs. Third one, emotional needs. And the fourth one is social needs. We already discussed physical needs. Now we will focus on our mental or intellectual needs. In our mental needs or intellectual needs, what are those things in part of our body that will give input to our mental capability? So we have five senses. What are those? We have the sense of seeing, uh, uh, sense of smell, our taste, our hearing, and even the sense of touch. And this design in our in our body is for us to have our, we can say, sensors, and it goes to our brain for us to acknowledge, and what we can say, we have now the mental ability to respond to those stimulus coming from these five senses. Now, with regards to our needs of mental, that's why there's a lot of educational system. How many years for study? 2 years in kinder, nursery, and then another 12 years, because now our course, the Philippines is adopting K-12. So that means from grade 1 to grade 12. So K-12. So 2 pre-elementary, and then elementary, high school, 12 becomes 14. And for bachelor degree, another 4 years. So that means total of 14 plus 4, 18 years of studies. So this how we nourish our mental aspects. And these are the needs. Why we need education? Why we have to nourish our mental? Because somehow, once we cultivate our mental ability, it will give us empowerment. Once we are educated as per expectation, it will give us empowerment. All this, all this, like a science, discovery of science, and then it discovers the application of science is technology. So without this intellectual empowerment, there's no technology. So this is the power of mental. And what mean in technology for us? It give us an immense comforts and conveniences of our life. In our house, what are those inventions that we enjoy? What are those technologies that we enjoy? What are those technologies that give us convenience? Okay? So, mental is very powerful. Now, the drawback for it, as we search for the happiness to satisfy our mental needs, what's the drawback? The drawback in the sense that those who are using physical means, there's a big transition from mental. What do I mean? From blue collar job to white collar job, from agricultural activity, fisheries, to industrial activity or offices, white collar job. So because of our mental ability. Another drawback, it give us more the power of acquisition. What when we acquisition? As we desire for happiness, we want to acquire more physically. So we use mental to acquire more. Means if we are a worker, we want to use our brain, to use our mind to be promoted, to achieve something, to compete, and then in return we have promotion or high salary. What's the end result? We can have avail those comforts and conveniences in life. What are again what I've discussed, to satisfy our physical, we need for shelter, we need for clothing, for foods. Because we have this mental capability, we can acquire more. What's the drawback? As we gather more, some people is too much acquisition. Even the house is not enough. They need a warehouse just to store all those acquisition. Okay? So it's too much. That's why there's a lot of. Uh, that's why one of the main concept of communism, if one person, if one family accumulated too much, the other without accumulation, they said there's a lot of disparity. So I don't know if we can say is this jealousy, or is because of this disparity, this too much acquisition and this one less acquisition. So there's disparity. So they said we need communism to all this accumulation should be equal for all. If someone have cars, so everybody should have cars. Someone got airplane, so all of the people can get airplane. If one person can get helicopter, should everybody should have helicopter. So that's the I just make exaggeration of why what's the communism is and how it fails because of this equality concept. Now, as we more acquire material things, again, the earth is limited, and but we want more, and we have unlimited longing. If we use our mental to satisfy our mental needs to accumulate, then at the end result will destroy the earth. What are those power also for mental? There's what we call ASP, extrasensory perception. So this is an access to the state of the world not mediated through some physical transmissions of signals. It often held to comprise what we call say clairvoyance, telekinesis, telepathy, and precognition. Even there's a discussion about neuroplasticity, neurokinesis. Okay? That is for the power of the mind or the intellect. Okay? I think, questioner, you can have some question. Okay. So my question to our speaker, can you elaborate further what you mentioned like clairvoyance, telekinesis, telepathy, and pre-recognition, you mentioned that is for the mental power. What is the relevance for that one? Because you mentioned five senses, and aside from that, there's the sixth one, which is the ESP, extrasensory perception. Can you elaborate for that one? Okay, as you asked about ESP and those things that its own capability, or we can discuss about clairvoyance. What is the clairvoyance? It is the ability to sense the state of the world without any casual chain of transmission of information. You can see the future. How about telekinesis? It is the ability to move objects or cause physical changes through just brain power. That is telekinesis. How about telepathy? Tele means distance. It's to sense the people's thoughts. So you can recognize, understand what he's thinking. Just because this person or have mental telepathy, he can understand what he's thinking about, what his plan. And free recognition, it is the ability to foresee the future. And for spiritual side, they say that this person is a prophet because he can predict in the future. But for those non-prophet, we can say this guy is like sino yun? Okay, so he can pre-recognition. He can see what will happen in the near future. That's the power of pre-recognition, and all belongs to ESP. Thank you.